Hi, Tim Unkert here. In this video, we're going to create a snippet in VS Code. So to do that, we want to go up to the File menu here and click on File. And if we scroll on down, we'll see Preferences. We want to highlight Preferences. And then once you do that, this menu on the side will pop up and you'll have Configure Snippets. So you want to do that. And then you want to type in the language that you want to configure. Or you could select it here. You can scroll on down and select a bunch of different languages that you can create your snippet. I'm going to create mine in CSS, so type in CSS, and it's going to open the snippet file here. You can do Alt-Z to get the word wrap, and it gives you some commented out code, basically describing how to make a snippet and so on. You can go right below that and start creating your snippets. So we'll create our first one. Let's call this, we'll do it within quotes, standard CSS page. And we'll do a semicolon here. And you see VS Code wants you to create a new object. So we're going to go ahead and let's create it. And it's basically just the curly braces like so. You'll see it underlines the name in yellow. It's just saying it's missing the property body. We'll go ahead and create that in a moment. But first, we're going to do a prefix. And I'm going to do more than one. I'm going to do those within square brackets. And the first one's going to be standard CSS. And then the second one I'll do is just standard. Okay, so these will help to trigger the snippet. Okay, we're going to do a comma after that square brace there, closing square brace, and then we're going to type in the body. And here's where we start to make our snippet. We're going to do that within square braces as well. I'm going to put a comment after that and just put description. You see, it even gives us a tab completion for the description. And I'm going to say basically a snippet for a standard CSS page. Okay. Now we're going to go back to the body here and let's start creating our snippet. Okay, so what we're going to have here is let's say you wanted to define some color variables in CSS. So you do colon root and then a space, curly brace. You want to do a new line character to get down to the next line. So it's a /n. And then maybe a tab character to tab over. And then you can do 2 hyphens to highlight your character. So let's call the first one, let's call it the black color. And then I'm going to do a colon and a space. And what I want to do is do a hashtag because I'm going to define this in hex code, and then a $, and then 2 curly braces, opening and closing one, and then we have a number. So we're going to do 1, and then we're going to do just the text that's going to appear. So I'm going to do black. Let's just do all one black color like so. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is a /n to get down to the next line, a /t to tab over again, and let's do the white color. And so we'll do white, a space, a hashtag, a $, 2 curly braces. That's how it's gonna move our cursor so we can tab through these. And we'll do 2 and then white color. Okay, and then we'll do a /n and then we'll close out that curly brace. I'm going to save this snippet as is. We'll work on this more. And I'll do Control N and we'll select the language. And I'm going to do CSS, hit enter, and I'm going to start to type standard. And you see I have standard and standard CSS. I'm going to hit tab to autocomplete. And you'll see there it gives us the autocompletion. And I can start typing in the hex code here. 000, let's say, I don't know, 111, do a semicolon and a space and hit tab, and then I'll go to the next one, the white color, let's say it's FFFEE, and we'll do a semicolon there, and that's my white color. Okay, I may want to make this snippet a little bit better. I'm going to close this out for now. What I could do after each of these is put the semicolon there, just so I have it. And we can start to expand upon this. Let's do a /n to get down 2 new lines, and let's work on the body there. And so we'll do body space, the opening curly brace, a /n /t, and let's do background color. So background color, and a colon, and we'll do var, and then dash dash black, and then a semicolon, a slash n slash t to move down to the next line, and we'll do color, and we'll do space and var dash dash white, and we'll do a semicolon to close that out. Hit save. Let's go back to our untitled. We'll start to type standard, hit tab, and now we've got more stuff going on here. Now I didn't fully complete the snippet because I've got to go here, do a slash n, and then a closing curly brace. Let's save it now. And we can work on this. You can test out your snippet and see what's working, what's not. Because once you get it all set up, then it's real fast for a bunch of different pages. So now we've got the black color. Let's do 0, 0, 0, 1, 1, 1. Hit tab to go to the next one. That made me hit tab twice, but we can do that. And then the white color, let's do FFF, EFF, something like that. And if we hit tab this time, it just moves out and escapes out and goes to the bottom here. Okay, so that's one quick way we can begin to set up snippets. If I wanted to, well, I'm not going to save this page. If I wanted to create another snippet here, so I go after this item here, do a comma, and let's create another snippet. Let's do standard CSS page 2. Not very creative there. We're going to create our object, go down. Let's create our prefix, make it slightly different so we don't get too confused. Let's call it standard 2. And let's only do one this time. We'll go down to the body and we'll start creating the body here. This time, let's say we're not having variables. We're just starting in with our body. So we could do that. Let's say we want to put a margin on our body of 0.5 inches. Close that. Close out the curly brace. Move down a few lines here. Probably want to slash T to tab this over to properly indent it correctly. And let's say we start working on heading. So we do an H1, H2, H3. Okay, and we do a slash N slash T, and we do font size of 1.8 rem. Do a slash N, close that out. Do a couple more slash N's to move down. You'll get the hang of this as you go. Let's do paragraph, unordered list item, ordered list item, and anchor tag. And we'll do a slash N slash T, and we'll do a font size of 1.1 rem. Do a slash N, close out the curly brace there. Let's save it. So now we've saved our css.json file. We'll go back to here, close this stuff out, and if we start to type standard, you see standard 2 comes up. So we can go down here, highlight that one, hit tab, and now we've got our second CSS snippet. So you can do this to auto-generate a lot of code, especially if you're building a lot of websites with a similar maybe CSS structure instead of copying and pasting, or you're building pages with HTML and you want to do a snippet in HTML or PHP. You can generate pages pretty quick, or anything else you're doing in coding. Maybe it's competitive coding and you have a common snippet you're going to use. This is how you're going to do it in VS Code. Hopefully you found this video helpful. If you did, please like and subscribe. Thanks for watching.